Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Plan B Success. As you listen to this, I want you to ask yourself which of the roles mentioned best describes you and your role at work. To further elaborate, a visionary is an individual who possesses intense vision about what could be or should have been. This person is usually the one who comes up with the new ideas that a company can follow and has an innate desire to see their vision come to fruition. An integrator, on the other hand, is someone who takes the visionary's ideas and makes them a reality. This person is responsible for putting together a plan of action and ensuring that all aspects of the company are working in unison toward the common goal. They are often described as the doers of the organization. So which role do you identify with more? Are you a visionary who comes up with new ideas, or an integrator who makes those ideas a reality? It's important to know so that you can play to your strengths and capitalize on your unique skill set. If you're not sure which role you fall into, don't worry. Most people can identify with both to some degree. However, it's important to be aware of which one you can lean towards more so that you can focus your efforts in the right direction. It's also important to note that no one is 100% visionary or 100% integrator. Everyone has traits from both categories. However, I think it's fair to say that for most people, there is a dominant mindset. And understanding which role you identify with more will help you to better understand yourself, your motivations, and your values. A better understanding of which one you lean towards more is a great way of learning more about yourself and putting your skills to work. People fit across a spectrum between a visionary and an integrator. Let's look at some of the common characteristics of each role so that you can spot them in your organization. Visionaries are often people who are obsessed with an idea. Their focus is on change, creativity, and newness, preferring to see many options over one single answer. They are constantly questioning status quo thinking. Visionaries do not necessarily enjoy day-to-day management. They tend to prefer the big picture. They will often work from a gut instinct rather than a data set or a spreadsheet. Often, visionaries come up with a big idea and then need integrators to work out how it can be executed in reality. They get bored if they aren't coming up with new ideas, are constantly thinking about how to fix problems, improve things, or shake it up and see everything as a challenge and an opportunity. On the other hand, integrators are responsible for turning big ideas into reality. They handle the bottom line thinking and day-to-day management. They are typically people who like to focus on the detail. They may be extroverted, though not necessarily, and their skill is often in developing plans or strategies. Many integrators will say that they only really come alive when there's a crisis. This is because crises tend to require attention to detail and a focus on problem solving. Integrators are not usually thinking about making major changes to the status quo. They prefer to take something that exists already, analyze it critically, and then improve upon it in small ways. They're always thinking about how things could be better, always seem to know what to do when things go wrong, and have a lot of activities or responsibilities which involve analyzing status quo processes in detail. They may have more management titles than other types. Besides them, there are others in an organization as well, coaches and team members. Coaches are responsible for developing the visionaries and integrators who work under them. They are the process experts. They understand how processes work and can make them do what they want. Coaches often create systems for visionaries and integrators to follow, giving them a clear set of instructions about what to do in any given situation. Coaches will question all decisions made by their staff, but ultimately they respect that visionaries and integrators have been hired because of their specialist knowledge or talents. If a visionary or integrator provides a good argument for doing something slightly differently, then the coach is likely to adopt that new approach as it will help them achieve better results. Coaches like to write down instructions and procedures so that others can easily see what they should be doing. They like to meet regularly with staff members or teams to check on progress and set new targets. Coaches have a pile of job aids, flowcharts, and other documentation about the organization's processes that they refer to frequently. Team members are typically people who excel in a particular role. They are experts in a particular field and have usually been working in that discipline for a long time. They will often have staff under them who they train up to take over from when they leave or move on. Team members do not always enjoy managing people, but they tend to be the go-to experts within their department. They keep getting given more responsibility by their managers and may not show initiative, and they're more likely to just do what their manager asks them to or what is expected of them in their role. They're highly skilled within a particular area. If someone ever needs an example, then this person is likely to be the first place they look. Having clarified these roles, I'd like to ask you another question. What is your mindset towards your work? Are you driven by personal gain or by service to others? The answer to that question will give you an idea about which role you identify with more, either as a visionary who seeks personal achievement or as an integrator who seeks to serve the needs of others. In fact, you can test yourself right now by answering the following questions. When a new idea is presented in your organization, do you feel more excited by what it could mean for your personal career opportunities or what it could mean for the organization as a whole? When making decisions about work, do you think primarily about what's best for you or what's best for the team or the company? Do you take pride in your work and feel a sense of ownership over it? Or do you see it as just a job that you're doing until something better comes along? If you answered yes to most of the questions above, then you're more likely to identify with the visionary role. If you answered no, then you're more likely to identify with the integrator role. It's important to note that there's no right or wrong answer. All roles are necessary for a successful business. However, you should understand which role you identify with more and use that to better understand and exercise your values. Hey, I hope you liked this episode. Go check out the others and you'll find inspiring content there as well. And do share and subscribe and make sure you spread the word. Thank you.